Alright, next up is conviction. And this is definitely a really common case lately anyway, of actors elevating a movie to a different level that goes far beyond its limits. The film is led by two-time Oscar winner Hilary Swank, as well as other great actresses, Minnie Driver, Melissa Leo, and Juliette Lewis, all of which have been great in numerous films, but with the exception of Leo, the other three have really had trouble finding their groove lately in the last few years. In Juliette Lewis's case, the last several years. But Hilary Swank plays Betty Ann Waters, a woman who pretty much spends every waking hour of her life on her brother's case. And Sam Rockwell, who plays Kenny, is another fantastic actor, one of the most underrated actors in all of Hollywood. Really good here. They throw in the knowledge that it's really based on a true story. And Conviction sounds like a can't-miss movie. It's not perfect, but it does what it does, and I really enjoyed it. Now, Swank and Rockwell Swank is someone who's really had trouble lately. She's tried to be a box office superstar. It hasn't worked out very well for her. She does these box office films that don't do very well. You think of movies like P.S. I Love You, The Reaping, or even Freedom Writers, which was just glorified Dangerous Minds. Or I shouldn't say glorified, that would mean it was better than Dangerous Minds, which it wasn't. And she's had a little trouble getting into her groove. But it's movies like this where that she really acts as if her whole career depends on it, where I wish she would put that effort in her box office films, but either way, I can't just fault her for that because she's been saddled with some horrible material in some of the other films that she has done. But I think she's really on her way once again here. There's not really a surprise in the movie unless, you really don't know much about the story, but if you read about it, nothing will really come to a shock here, but it's all about just experiencing it on screen. It's better than sometimes reading the story. That's why you see so many book adaptations come to life on screen. But some people will even say the book is better. There's really no book about this, at least not to my knowledge anyway. But they might be, I don't know. But either way, it's more than what you can get from Wikipedia or whatever. But yeah, I love how both Rockwell and Swank just do everything in their power to make this go along. It's almost as if they're giving they're stepping up their game. It's like Sam Rockwell is one guy I gotta give respect to. He steps up his game every single movie he does. I think he's actually trying to go far beyond, but he doesn't go, he doesn't overact, he's never overdone it. Even in a film like The Green Mile, where his character was really just over the top and outrageous, he still had a level of intensity where he kept it at. Now, okay, so continuing on with the story. Now, again, like I said, the acting really puts this above. Like I reviewed a movie last time called Stone with Robert De Niro and Edward Norton, and it's kind of the same case here. This movie is slightly better than that. Minnie Driver gives perhaps her best performance in over a decade, and same with Juliette Lewis and Melissa Leo, but they're I guess you could say the way they kind of mesh in this film together, like even when they're not on screen together or whatever, the way they lend to the story really speaks volumes of how easy it's sometimes hard to go without outshining the other. In a movie like this, it's really important that they're all on the same page, even if they're not doing scenes together. And it's story I know sometimes some performances in some movies can be better than others, but it's important that they're really trying to stay on the same level here, and they do just that. They really keep up with Hilary Swank here in terms of performance-wise. Now, of course, the story of the film, I obviously should describe that briefly, is that obviously Betty Ann thinks that her brother is innocent. He's facing life in prison without the chance of parole, and she just will not have that. She sacrifices everything, every possible little thing in her life to clear his name. And she's help from a friend from law school, and of course she is played by a driver. And again, they really, really just go full throttle here. But no, as you might expect, it's not difficult to see where this is all going. But really, in a movie like this, I guess you can really expect that. Rockwell is outstanding. Again, I can't stress that enough. He's the smart ass, punk on the outside, and really broken kind of guy on the inside. I know it's a cliche character, but he really drives that point home without actually having to say. There's no scene in the movie where he's like, I'm such a toughie, but I'm so broken and hearted on the inside. I just want to be loved. There's nothing like that. You just see it through the way his character is, and that's the writing of a good character. Conviction would have been a lot less fascinating to watch without him, but the women do very well here too. So I'm giving Conviction 3.5 stars out of 5.